Great new day to all my self care family and friends. Welcome to another episode of the Room2Breathe Podcast, the space where we untangle life's chaos, dig deep, and give ourselves permission to exhale. I am your host, Life Coach 614, and I am so thrilled to have each and every one of you here with us today. Whether you are tuning in from your drive to work or during your morning walk. We're just glad that you carved some time out for yourself today. Blessed new day, Kale. I see you, girl. Now, before we dive into today's episode, just a quick reminder. If you are enjoying the show, don't forget to tap the screen, like, comment, and share. Your support helps us to connect with more amazing people like you. And if we're not friends already, please be sure to give us a follow, subscribe to our channel, so that way you never miss out on our latest content. I also invite you to head over to our website at theselfcareclub.org. We've got some awesome affirmative apparel, motivational merch, and a bunch of free resources designed just for you. It is all about empowering yourself and embracing your journey. No matter what challenges you are currently facing in life, know that you're not alone. We are in this together, supporting and helping each other every single step of the way. It is time for us to choose to prioritize our well being, to embrace our growth, and to find peace in the present moment. So let's get ready to breathe, reflect, and grow together. Let me see some green hearts in the chat if you are ready today. Who we got in here today? So we got Kale, Lady Blue, Kane's favorite Dave. We had Mr. Awesome, D. Welcome in. Rochelle still here with us today. Thank you. Alrighty. So our topic of discussion today is, do you really love yourself? Or are you just distracting yourself? Do you really love yourself? Or are you just distracting yourself? Hey Kyle, I see you. Welcome in. So I'm going to ask you guys a question today. And I want you to really sit with it before you answer. Okay? Do you actually like yourself? And I'm not just talking about on the good days, right? Not when everything's going right. Not when people are in the back hyping you up or when you feel productive and accomplished. Right, Brooke? I want to know when you're sitting alone in the quiet, no distractions, do you genuinely like the person that you are? See, self love is one of those things that people talk about all the time. It's trendy, it's aesthetic, right? It's it's on the coffee mugs, it's on our t-shirts. But I'm not talking about the Instagrammable version of self-love, right? Those cute little bubble baths and the treat yourself shopping sprees or the motivational quotes that we plaster everywhere. I'm talking about real self-love, the kind that isn't always pretty. Thank you for the follow. I'm talking about the kind that requires honesty, accountability, the kind that requires you to sit with some uncomfortable truths, the kind that means facing the part of you that you normally try to ignore. Thank you. Because a lot of us are out here saying we love ourselves when really we're just avoiding ourselves. And that's what we're going to unpack today. We're going to talk about the difference between self love and self avoidance. So let's start by breaking it down. right? Self love says, I accept myself as I am, but I hold myself accountable to keep growing. I can sit with my own thoughts and emotions without needing to escape them. Welcome in, Winston. Self love says, I am not just worthy when I'm achieving, performing, or being productive. I don't need external validation to know my worth. Now, self avoidance says, I don't have time to sit with my emotions. I'm too busy. Self avoidance says, I define my worth by how much I've accomplished. I surround myself with people and noise so I never have to be alone. Or I numb myself with social media and work and relationships and whatever other distraction I can find instead of facing my truth. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. I didn't always know the difference. For years, I thought I loved myself. I thought I was, you know, out here doing all the things, right? I was grinding, I was achieving, I was showing up for everybody, I was productive, I was successful from the outside, right? From the outside, I seemed confident. But let me tell you something. If you had to ask me to sit in a room alone with just my thoughts, no distractions, no phone, no work to do, oh honey, that would have been torture. Right? I don't think I could have survived that. Because the truth was I didn't really love me. I loved my work ethic, right? I loved how much I could pour into other people. I loved feeling needed and validated. But once all of that was stripped away, I didn't even know how to love the version of me that wasn't doing something. And that's when I realized I wasn't practicing self love. I was keeping myself too busy to notice that I didn't even like me. So if that hits home with any of you, if that resonates with any of you, if like my sis Brooks over here talk about ouch, you feel like I done stepped on your toes, listen, no judgment, okay? Just awareness. We in this together, y'all. We not alone. And we know that awareness is the first step to change. So let's talk about how to recognize self avoidance in your own life. Here's some red flags to look for. Rich Risings, welcome in from Boston. Here are some red flags to look for self avoidance in your own life. Number one, you're uncomfortable in silence. You're uncomfortable in silence. When you are sitting in silence, makes you nervous, right? If the thought of sitting in complete silence makes you anxious, it might be because you don't want to hear your own thoughts. You might find yourself filling, life with noise, the music, the TV, podcast, social media, right? Because the silence forces you to be with you. So instead, I recommend that you try this. Spend 5 minutes in silence a day. Just five. Take the opportunity to notice how it feels. Do you feel peace or do you feel restless? That feeling will tell you a lot. Number two, you over identify with productivity. You over identify with productivity. Let me ask you something. Do you only feel worthy when you're doing something? If your sense of value is tied to how much you accomplish, you might be avoiding your deeper self. I used to think that if I wasn't productive, I was wasting time. But self love means recognizing that you are valuable just because, simply just because you exist, right? Not because of how much you produce, not because how much or how helpful you are to others, right? Self love means recognizing that you are valuable and worthy just because. Just because. Our third red flag, you struggle with deep reflection. You struggle with deep reflection. Are you the type of person that avoids journaling? Do you struggle with sitting down and asking yourself hard questions? If self reflection feels overwhelming, it might be because you're scared of what you'll find. So, here's a challenge, write down three things you love about yourself, and then write down three things you struggle to accept about yourself. Constantly reminding yourself no judgment, just honesty. Red flag number four, you say yes to others, but not yourself. Go on and say, ouch, I'm all in your business. You say yes to others, but no to yourself. This one right here. Listen, if you're always showing up for others, but never yourself, you might be using people pleasing as a way to distract yourself from your own needs. You've got to understand that loving yourself means honoring your own needs, even if it means setting boundaries with others. You've got to stop saying yes to them and no to you. And our final red flag, number five, you seek validation from external sources. You seek validation from external sources. Are you doing things because they make you happy or because they make you look good? If your self worth depends on how other people see you, you might be avoiding your own internal relationship with yourself. True self love doesn't need an audience. You don't do it for the gram, y'all. It's not about the views or the follows. So let's talk about how to shift from avoidance to authentic self love. Now that we've called it out, right? We done put it all on blast. Let's talk about what we do about it. How do we move into real self love? Winston says, ooh, we. Listen, how do we move into real self love? First, we make peace with stillness. Make peace with stillness. Like I said, sit 5 minutes. No phone, no distractions, just you. Use this as your opportunity to just breathe. Notice your thoughts. Let them be there without running from them, without acting on them. Make peace with the stillness. Number 2, stop measuring your worth by productivity. Stop measuring your worth by productivity. You are worthy of love and rest. I'm going to say it again. You are worthy of love and rest. Period. Stop treating yourself like you matter. I'm sorry. Start treating yourself like you matter outside of what you do for others, right? Stop dimming your light when you feel like you can't do something for others. So now all of a sudden you feel like you don't have value, that you don't matter, that you're not worthy. You are worthy regardless of how much you produce. Number 3, you have to start being honest with yourself. You've got to be honest with yourself. Sit down and ask yourself, what do I actually love about myself? What parts of me do I avoid or struggle to accept? Am I showing up for myself the way that I show up for others? Self love starts with truth. Number 4, you've got to begin to set boundaries that protect your peace. Set boundaries that protect your peace. Stop saying yes when you mean no. Stop overcommitting yourself to avoid being lonely. It is time for you to start prioritizing your well being first. It is time for you to put you first. They say when that plane is going down, you got to put the mask on you first. And number 5, choose self care that nourishes, not numb. Come on with the boundaries. I see you, Kale. Number 5 is to choose boundaries. No, not boundaries. Goodness gracious, my apologies. Choose self care, which is part of boundaries, right? Choose self care that nourishes, not numb. Real self care isn't just spa days and vacation, okay? Real self care is healing, it's doing the work, it's resting when you need to, not just when you crash. You've got to find things that nourish your spirit, nourish your soul, things that fulfill you, right? So, I've got 10 self love affirmations for you today to help you shift from self avoidance to self acceptance. Number 1, I am worthy of love just as I am. I am worthy of love just as I am. I release the need for external validation. I am enough. I release the need for external validation. I am enough. I honor my boundaries because my peace matters. I honor my boundaries because my peace matters. I give myself permission to rest without guilt. I give myself permission to rest without guilt. I choose to show up for myself every single day. I choose to show up for myself every single day. Welcome in, Janelle. I am not my past mistakes. I am always evolving. I am not my past mistakes. I am always evolving. I embrace every part of me, even the parts still healing. I embrace every part of me, even the parts still healing. I speak to myself with kindness and compassion. I speak to myself with kindness and compassion. Number 9, I deserve the same love and care I give to others. I deserve the same love and care that I give to others. And number 10, I love and accept myself fully in this moment. I love and accept myself fully in this moment. So I'm going to ask you one last time. Do you actually like yourself? And I don't mean the surface level, I like my outfit today kind of way. I mean deep, unconditional, I see myself fully and I choose to love myself kind of way. Because here's the thing, liking yourself isn't about perfection. It's about it's not about having it all together, right? It's not about feeling insecure. It's about building a relationship with yourself that's rooted in honesty, kindness, and grace. Winston, I put it up on the screen for you, love. It's about, you know, truly recognizing who you are and whose you are. And so, when I ask you, do you truly love yourself? Do you truly like yourself? If your answer to that question is yes, I want you to keep showing up for yourself. You're welcome, love. I want you to keep showing up for yourself. Keep nurturing that relationship. Keep growing in love with the person that you're becoming. Now, on the flip side, if your answer is, I don't really know or not really, I want you to know that that's okay too. This is not about shame. This is about awareness. And awareness is powerful because once you see something, you can't unsee it. We can't erase it, right? You can't ignore it anymore. Either way, now you have a choice to make. You can continue to choose to avoid yourself. You can continue to try to stay busy, distract yourself, numb the pain. Or you can choose to start working on loving yourself for real. And listen, loving yourself isn't about forcing positivity all the time. It's not about pretending everything is fine. Some days, self love simply just looks like sitting with your pain and saying, I won't abandon me today. Some days, self love is messy. Some days, it's uncomfortable. Some days, it's just making it through without tearing yourself down. But every day, it's worth it. And I know that for a fact because you are worth it. So let's take a moment right now. If you have the opportunity, I want you to just take a moment to place your hand over your heart, hand on your heart. Do you feel that? That life in you? That's that's a sign that you are still here, that you're still breathing, that you're still growing. That heartbeat means that you're still worthy, that you're still deserving, and that you're still enough. I want you to breathe in, hold it for a moment, and then let it go. I want you to take this moment and say something to yourself that you wish you had heard more growing up. Something that you need to hear today. Maybe it's I am enough. Maybe it's I'm allowed to take up space. Maybe it's I deserve love even from myself. Whatever it is, say it with love. Say it like you mean it. And if you can't quite believe it yet, that's okay too. Say it anyway. Because the more you speak it, the more you become it. And in case nobody told you today, you are worthy of love. And that includes the love you give yourself. I thank you for spending time with me today on another Room to Breathe podcast. If this episode touched something in you, if it made you pause and reflect, please don't forget to share it with someone else who needs it because we're not meant to heal in isolation. The purpose is for us to heal as a community. And if you're really ready to truly start loving yourself, take one step today. Just one. Maybe it's sitting in silence for 5 minutes. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's setting a boundary. But whatever it is, choose yourself today. As we wrap up today's episode, I again want to take this opportunity to say thank you for joining us. If you've enjoyed our time together and we're not friends already, please be sure to give us a follow, subscribe to our channel so that way you never miss out on our latest content. And don't forget to head over to our website at theselfcareclub.org. There you could book a personalized one-on-one coaching session. We also have affirmative apparel and other motivational merch, as well as a bunch of free resources designed just for you. So, whether you're looking to elevate your self care game or find a little extra inspiration to help get you through the day, know that we've got you covered. I thank each and every one of you for being a part of the Self Care Club, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. But until next time, I encourage you to keep breathing, stay positive, and remember that you will always be supported here at the Self Care Club. Don't be afraid to take up space and make a little room for you to breathe. I pray that you all have an amazing day on purpose, filled with nothing but purpose, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon. Thank you. On my room to breathe.